I'm pushing back in that direction, right hand's passing you. That's the sensation that the golf club is going to unload with. Now, the more you can feel that, the more you can load it in your downswing. There's the pull, there's the swings. And if you've seen me on the dance floor, you won't appreciate my rotation. The break phase is something that I reference a lot in my content because of the moment we go from the acceleration portion of the downswing to the braking moment of the downswing. Now, for some of you, you'll feel the acceleration in your downswing comes from rotation. You feel that you rotate in your downswing in an effort to create, funny enough, more rotation. You may end up with a shot that looks something like that. I don't inspire an acceleration of rotation which feels like it comes from the middle of my body or your body. Rotation should come through your feet and through leg length. Leg length is the rotator of the body, not the superficial nature of using the obliques. And if you've seen me on the dance floor, you won't appreciate my rotation, but see me on the golf course and you might quite like my rotation. That leg length that causes me to swing around and hit a cheeky little fade. So the rotation comes from the leg length, but that's dealing with the body. How we use our levers in a downswing is crucial. How we allow the club to load and then swing gives us the opportunity to use the leverage that is in our hands and arms. And a lot of golfers go, I feel very armsy in my swing. Well, quite frankly, you should be able to feel your arms work because your arms are an incredible power source. I've got a great video coming out this week where David Howe, the Ryder Cup superstar, joins me in the studio and he shares some of his insights on his swing mechanics. And one of the ingredients that he worked on for a little while is taking out the leverage. We discussed it, go check that out. It's coming out Saturday on how we might not want to get rid of that huge power source because that will make him feel obviously less powerful. So using the pull phase. The pull phase is about accelerating the light end. Accelerating the light end in a golf swing, you can see I can accelerate the light end of the golf swing without the heavy end moving. So therefore, when we're at the top of the backswing, I can accelerate that golf club, which is going to create some angle. It's going to create some download to some degree. Now, whether you are someone that sets the golf club a lot, won't allow you to then increase a lot of download or a lot of set on the way down, but you can still pull the golf club. So depending on how much set or no set that you have at the top of the backswing will then start to give you an insight into how much load you tend to see in your downswing. How we get rid of that unload, that break phase that I talk about so often is crucial. And I've had a lot of people comment on my channel, sure, I can see the pull because you would have watched that video up there, but I don't see how I'm supposed to unload it, how I'm supposed to have the break phase work. Now, the braking moment of a driver compared to an iron is very different. With an iron, we're able to feel like we can keep accelerating through strike because we want some sort of, not shank, we want some sort of downstrike through contact with an iron shot. So we want the shaft lean to be there. You can see 12.2 degrees of downstrike. That's where we would tend to want to lean towards. Whereas with a driver, we don't want that acceleration to be continuous. We actually want to see the golf club swing so that we can actually create more of an upstrike. And so all of a sudden, the angles of attack from being 12 down to 0, very different in the levers. A good way of feeling how to create the break phase is by setting yourself up to a golf ball, taking the golf club back so your right hand or left hand is in line with your trail leg. And then what I want you to do is hit the golf ball with the club head from that moment. And if you do that, what you'll end up doing is starting to hit the golf ball to the left. You'll hit up on the golf ball to some degree. Now, a lot of you will go, yeah, didn't hit up on that one, Stuart. It's because the path was a little outside in. The true angle of attack, which you will see on the screen when I was hitting that shot, the head did arrive early, yet TrackMan said I actually hit down on it by 0.2 of a degree. The reality is that that angle of attack is not just correlated to the true head orientation through space, it also has a bearing on that angle of attack due to the path line. So making that club head move first, making sure that that club head can overtake really gives you that sensation that you can start to hit up on the ball. So that's the sensation that you first of all need to acquire down through strike. That acceleration of the head past the handle to create the feeling that the club is able to swing past you. For so many, because of how much we've tried to jam the handle through, and I had a chap on Skillist. If you've not checked me out on Skillist, it's remote coaching that I offer. It's on a Skillist app. You'll find the link to my profile in the description below, where you can reach out, send me swings, and I can coach you from wherever you are in the world. He was really working super hard on shaft lean, yet his angle of attack was really, really light. So depending on where you're coming from in the world of golf, if you're someone that has a lot of shaft lean, then of course feeling this club head overtake you through strike is going to have to be really accentuated for you compared to someone that has quite a light angle of attack. The nuts and bolts are that you need to feel from right leg to left leg. You need to actually feel like the club head is going to pass you by. And so feeling that is really quite difficult when you've had a top hand that's accelerated and been tried to push forwards for so long. So by making this golf club go back, accelerate the head and make it pass you is a really odd feeling. Now, if you can't sense it, simply take your top hand, use that as a blocker and accelerate the right hand, which will make you start to feel like you can actually get the club head hitting up on the golf ball, the club head overtaking you through strike, which will allow the club head to again feel like it's overtaking, because the break phase, when the handle is pulled and then the golf club swing, is going to be the moment where you start to feel the lever unload. That's really prevalent with a driver, not so much with an iron. But the reality is, every golfer has to have the awareness that there is a break and swing. There's the pull, there's the swing. So this break phase is crucial to making your golf club unload down through strike and really fill the void between that moment where the club's fully loaded to the moment that that golf club has fully unloaded. So a great little drill, two-step drill. Get yourself with the club in line with your trail leg. Get the club head pushing. Feel like that right hand is really going to start to encourage that golf club to unload. If you can't feel that, take it back, take your top hand off and use it as a resistor, so it makes you feel like you can get the golf club unloading. Once you've got that sensation, I'm pushing back in that direction, right hand's passing you, that's the sensation that the golf club is going to unload with. Now, the more you can feel that, the more you can load it in your downswing. There's the pull, there's the swing. There's the pull, there's the swing. There's the break phase. We've got the pull phase, and then we've got the break phase, the acceleration zone, the braking zone of the handle. This is only referring to the handle of the golf club. There's the acceleration. This is the break phase. Golf club swings. Now, as much as it will feel like it's breaking, it's swinging, you can see that I still actually hit down on it. Because 3 degrees of descent angle on the club head, when the circle is all lined up, would be untraceable to the human eye, yet so often we see people talking about shaft lean like it's going out of fashion, like we want some sort of angle of attack that's about 25 degrees down with a shaft lent towards the target. So work on that break phase after you've pulled the golf club. If you're tired of paying too much for your premium leather golf gloves, head over to gxgolfgloves.com. These are gloves trusted by tour players and elite amateurs alike. Use my code GOODCOACHING to receive 10% off your next order. Go try them out. You won't be disappointed. And I think you'll really start to use your levers a little bit more effectively, and you'll feel like there's more energy going back into your hands and arms. Make sure those legs are still working. Check out my leg action videos because they'll really help too. But hopefully that's given you some insight into how your arms and club work in that acceleration zone and that break zone. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Do consider subscribing while you're here. And that, my friends, is good coaching.